What's up YouTube, this is Shuttleboy and I'm back with yet another video. Today's video continuing the topic of this week of just expensive sneakers and the sneaker market and how it's rising and fluctuating oh so much during this time period. I wanted to talk a little bit more again about the Nike SB Dunk Strangelove that I own here. The prices have just surged ridiculously and I want to talk about how that really came to be and just my thoughts on that overall. So let's get right into it, guys. Alright, so as of right now, if we're going off of StockX prices, currently my size 11.5 pair is going for $1,000. $1,000. The last sold pair was $975. So isn't that wild? I got this pair of sneakers for retail on Sneakers app. I really had no issue at all. When I checked out, it did say that it will notify me later whether or not I copped it or not, and I waited and I got it. It ended up saying I copped them and they shipped, no problem at all. Everything went fine. Everybody was talking about that day how these were just so hard to get. There was another shoe that came out during that time, but I can't remember what it was. And yeah, it was just so much talk over both those shoes and how hard it was to get. But I ended up getting these. So immediately after this sneaker came out, the prices were already a lot higher than retail, with this retailing for I believe $90 or $100. The prices were already at $300, $400 from the get-go. It was pretty insane, and I thought it was pretty much going to cap at that. I didn't really think it would go any higher than $400, maybe lower a little bit after time as more dunks released, because this was just at the forefront at the beginning of the year. This was just a really cool collab at that time, and I thought it would just kind of die out after that, but would still retain the resale price that originally was given. As time has gone on, it's just been insane, as you guys have been told here. I remember checking every week or so. I would check just for fun, just to see how much they were, and yeah, it would go from 400 to 500 to 600. A couple weeks have gone by now, like a month or so, and I was like, you know what, let me see what the prices are on this, and sure enough, $1,000. But I think the most interesting thing about this is, what do we attribute to the fact of this sneaker just rising in price so quickly? Because this did come out during Valentine's period, and it's only been a couple months and it's already at $1,000. I think the thing we have to attribute it to is kind of just the whole thing going around in the world. Now, you would think that during this whole time period of the pandemic and stuff, that the prices would just drop tremendously on reselling in general, because people just don't want to buy as much. They want to save their money during this time because so many people are out of work and stuff. But I think it's actually had the reverse effect of that, because if you think about this from a broader scheme, sneakers lately have been postponed. A lot of releases have been postponed. All these Jordan releases, for instance, they keep dragging them out and adding another week to the release date constantly. All these stores like Foot Lockers and stuff are closed, so they're not able to release them. So just sneaker industry in general, it's been really weird because they just haven't been able to release sneakers as much, although they still have online, and that's really the majority is where people are buying it, is online. These brands are reacting to people just not being able to buy as much, and they just want to hold their stuff back till a later date when they think customers are going to be willing to buy stuff more. And as a result of that, with sneakers, there's just always that continuous hype. There's always that one model of sneakers that's just really hot at the time period. In the past, there was Boost. Boost was really hype, and it was just kind of hard to get it, but then once Adidas started releasing a ton of Boost, then it was just an easy thing to get. Now you can get them anytime on adidas.com. And currently, this time period, the sneaker that it is right now is Dunks. Dunks are that sneaker that are just really hot right now. Everybody just wants to get a colorway of a Dunk. They don't care what it is, but they just really want some Dunks. And coincidentally, or unfortunately, however you want to think about it, it just happened that all this stuff happening had to happen during when the Dunks came out. And just because of that, Nike has had to postpone all these releases, which I'm sure they were going to release plenty of Dunks these last couple of months. And as a result of that, that's what kind of rose the prices of the Dunks, because the Dunks were the hot thing at this time right now, and Nike just wasn't able to release a bunch of new colorways to kind of even that out, to make that equilibrium between supply and demand. I think their plans, if you see a lot of these leaked colorways of different dunks out there, you can see that their plans were to make this a lot more readily available. You're seeing the 7-Eleven dunks, the Ben & Jerry's, tons of different skate collabs, the new 420s, and even these. This year was going to be the year of the dunk and all these releasing, but with all this going around in the world, I think they've just kind of postponed all this stuff. They want to make it exciting still, so they'd rather save it to a time when people are going to be ready to be excited for this stuff. So as a result of that, they just never filled the void of these dunks, and now this is one of the most recent collabs that people really liked. The dunk hype is still at the level it's always been, and as a result, that's just made this shoe rise ridiculously. Now, as for me, am I gonna keep this sneaker? I think I am. I think I'm gonna keep it. I gotta be honest with you guys, it's really hard to keep it because just seeing $1,000 I could have for a shoe I spent $100 on is just, it's really hard because you can buy 3 or 4 really cool expensive sneakers for the price of this. But what are the odds that you get a sneaker for retail that's worth $1,000 for $100? So it's just kind of also an amazing opportunity to have in that. I have worn them already once and I just really love the shoe all in all. And I think the only thing that would really get me to sell this is if I was able to get a grail that I really always wanted with sneakers, or maybe the Ben & Jerry's or the 7-Eleven collab selling these to get both of those or something like that would be another thing I would consider possible. That's pretty much gonna conclude the video, guys. Let me know down below what you think of all these sneaker prices just rising so much as the result of demand just kind of rising and just supply really lowering lately. It's basic economics, as you can see, but it's really crazy to see what's been happening in the world and how it's been just affecting sneakers so drastically and the prices of them. So let me know down below what you think of all of that, guys. Also, please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video as well, guys, and please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wearing, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttleboy. And this is Shuttleboy, guys, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Is this your first Shuttleboy video? Have you been here before? If not, I really recommend you subscribing. If you really like all this golf wearing stuff, this is what this channel is about. If you like these sneakers, you definitely should see some more. We go over a ton of golf wearing here, whether it be the latest pickups or golf wearing grails. Definitely come here to subscribe and watch more Shuttleboy, because everything here has to do with golf wearing, sneakers, clothing, and more Shuttleboy.